Hey, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you are. Today's adventure will surround itself around a personal journey I took. I left the Hudson Valley in New York and headed out for Keene, New Hampshire for college graduation. It took me to Lebanon, New York, Bennington, Vermont, up and over Hogback Mountain in the wee hours of the morning, between 3 and 6. Got a couple good shots of that. Ending up at a neat little town east of Keene, New Hampshire, off Route 101, also known as the Lawrence Gibbons Memorial Highway. A town called Harrisville, New Hampshire, right next to Cheshire, New Hampshire. I discovered that the lodge we stayed at had a really cool story. And guess what? It has to do with railroads. Of course it does. How awesome is that? All right, let's go. There's a bumper. There's the end of the line. About 4:45 in the morning up here in Bennington, Vermont. On a little journey. Came upon this railroad station. Line still in place. And down here at the end, a rather interesting boxcar sitting here. What do we got? Wood-sided. Well, all the insignia has been taken off. There it is. I stumbled upon this beautiful gem here, just west of Keene, New Hampshire, on Route 9. There's the truck. Good morning. We'll have to get up on top of there and see where this line goes. A little investigating. We're on our journey up into, here comes another one. I think I'll wait. There you go, buddy. Ma'am, good morning. Yeah, this is gorgeous. Looks like a trail over there. Let's go check it out. That is a beautiful stone arch. Let's go up that trail and see where it goes. Well, we made it up. Way down there is the road. Way over yonder is Stu the silver truck. Looks like a fairly active walking, hiking, riding, biking, crawling. I suppose you could do somersaults if you want to. Trail. sure of the line. We literally just stumbled upon it. Might be way up there. Looks like a tunnel or a bridge over something, or a culvert. Let's go investigate. In the meantime, I'll tell you, I took a little trip. We left about 3 o'clock this morning. We're headed up to Keene, New Hampshire for a college graduation. Yes, yes. I had a sugar jelly donut for breakfast about an hour ago. I think I had a little bit on me. Go ahead, beat me up. Okay, we got some old ties here. Looks like they've been here a few years. Huh. Looks like another pile right over there. Yes, yes. And the hemlocks are growing out of it already. Huh. Well, maybe we'll find some rail. Let's keep going. Alright, came up a little farther and we came down a trail, and we've got a whole slew of taps here. Now, of course, Vermont, New Hampshire is the maple syruping capital of the planet. These lines are very expensive to run, and looks like they look like red maples. They don't look like our sugar maple down in closer toward the Hudson Valley, south of Albany. But I guess they are. Well, I knew I would find the obligatory cut off telegraph pole. And coming down the other side of that beautiful road, tunnel, culvert. Yeah, here we are. Let's see here. There it is. And there it is. And there it is. And here comes a car. Here he comes. Good morning. Bye-bye. Well, I'm not going to go much farther, but Keene, New Hampshire, can't be more than a couple miles that way. That way there is kind of, easterly, southeasterly. But I did notice, just crossed over a beautiful stream, and I'm going to go back down by Stu the Silver Truck and see if I can't find a culvert for that stream. Oh, isn't she pretty? So way up there, that's the rail bed, and that is a gorgeous, gorgeous culvert. Ran into a good friend up there, newly made friend. He told me that the original direction we started walking north, about 3/4 of a mile up, there's some gorgeous culverts just like this that you can walk through. I'm kind of in a time constraint right now, but I felt obliged to bring you down here and show you this one. And I wish you could see how, oh, look at how clear that water is. Wow. Let's get right down in there. Let's get down in there. Show you how clean that water is. Look at that. Beautiful. Stu the Silver Truck has brought us to this point. Name of this road, I chose to turn onto is called Webb, W-E-B-B, Webb Depot Road. And looky. Isn't this beautiful? Let's go. We're off the beaten track now. Another beautiful stone underpass. My goodness. Look at the work that went into this one. Way out here on this dirt road in the midst of nowhere. Literally, in the midst of nowhere. New Hampshire. We are actually probably right outside of Marlborough, Mass. And way down there, can't see it with the foliage and the overgrowth, but that appears to be the interstate highway down there. Yeah, could be 91, could be. Look at that. Not sure if you can see it or not, but right there at the bouncing finger is a beautiful culvert, and I do believe that's a rail bed up in the woods there, because I'm on Depot Street. I also have over here several concrete piers. There appears to have been a water tower right here, water coaling station, and I do have railroad ties up there. Huh, way out in the middle. All right, we happened upon this gem here in Cheshire, New Hampshire. We are on the rail bed right here. Goes right on down. They got a nice rail bed there, rail trail I should say, and of course this is not where it was. It's just temporarily stashed there. Let's see if we can get what that is there. That is a Hillsborough. Yep, that's a nice one. That's good that they got it. Anyway, this is the Cheshire. I was just told that a carpenter rents this. And it looks like he's got a little shop here. And these cars, I thought these cars were possibly the owner. And they lived here. But I'm not. Oh, look at that. Boston and Maine. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Awesome. And yeah, he's got it set up as his little office here. Nice. So this was the Cheshire branch of Boston and Maine, I do believe. Again, I'm throwing darts at the wall here because I happened upon this by accident. And sometimes accidents are no good. Sometimes accidents lead you to the Cheshire train station in Cheshire, New Hampshire. Rail trail right down there. My phone is ringing off the my phone's ringing off the hook, but we got some rails here. Okay, lost rail beds, there's your rails. All right, just a quickie here. I was told down in Harrisville there's even a nicer one. I'll go down that way next. This is Aldworth Manor in Harrisville, New Hampshire. Has quite an impressive history. It sits on 170 acres, overlooking Mount Monadnock. It was built in the early 1800s in Massachusetts. However, it has a rail and train connection as to how it got here. In 1908, a caravan of 17 flatbed railroad cars wound their way from Worcester, Mass. to Cheshire Station, New Hampshire, carrying all the pieces of the manor, meticulously disassembled meticulously and carefully loaded and strapped, and marked with numbers for reassembly at its new location. Over a newly blazed 1-mile road, horses, oxen, and mules hauled wagons loaded with the many pieces of the house from the railroad station to the hilltop where it resides today. It was reassembled and has remained for more than 100 years in this spot. It is a beautiful, beautiful example. Has beautiful grounds, lawns, sprawling meadows, gardens, stone features. Here we are in the little hamlet town village of Harrisville, New Hampshire. Parked the car down there and the truck down there in the village and walked on up to the top of the hill. That's all the lake out there, and it surrounds this town. This is all the previous residents right here. So let's go on down. Church is in service right now, so I didn't want to be too imposing down there, but it might be out by now. Let's go see. Up in there is where we just were. The lake goes all the way around and it comes back down here. So the village is basically little peninsula island type. There it is over there, of a village on these lakes and ponds. And here the folks are still in church. Praise the Lord. Here they are. It's a cool little hamlet here. Typical little New England village. Oh, I can hear the hymns coming out of there. I almost wish I was in there singing with them. Happy Sunday morning. Harrisville was a mill town. Over there, the mills. We'll go over that way next. Harrisville Community Church, way up there. And here's Stu. Good morning, Stu. Some nice houses over there. Harrisville has this public library here. Little 4-pronged spire cupola up there. And oh looky, here's where the lake, the southern tip of the lake is over here, and it goes down on around underneath this road, and this is the mill pond right here. Right here's the mill pond. That was one of the mills, the upper mill and the lower mill, and even a lower mill than that. It's beautiful. Let's go. Okay, that down there is where we just were. That is what they call it, the canal. It comes over here and goes underneath this road. Over here to Harrisville Designs. The retail store here. Let's go check out this gated lock system here. Oh yeah. This is cool stuff. There's the big throw arm right here that would back and forth open and close these gates, allowing more or less water to be cast and thrown upon down there. Milling operation. So again, with all our modern technologies and modern thoughts of hydroelectric power, there's nothing new. Mill Alley is private. You cannot go down there. There's the lake on the other side. Silver Road. This little row of houses, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, is called Peanut Row. I am sure there's a story behind that. And they've got their own little boat launch over here on the other side of that nice little red buggy. And the village continues down that way. These were all owned by the mill. These were all owned by the mill. I'm sure that's what these were. These were all company employee housing here. The mills, the coal mines, the large New England industries, they all like to own as much as they could of the town and the infrastructure and the superstructure, so they could control their workers. Sadly, I guess you'd say, they could control their workers, every aspect of their lives. Is that kind of like being married? Oh, I didn't say that. All right, up there, Harrisville Designs. General store. Right up in there is a road. There's another church. And that just goes out and comes out back around right down by there. I'm sure that building there was part of mill operations at one time, but here we are again on the lower part. And if you think about water, the narrower you make it, the steeper of a drop you make it, the more of a venturi and forceful action that it has, thus turning wheels and machinery. That's what they use. This is the catch dam right here, and over there is the lower dam, and again, spun little smaller wheels inside of there. These mills were not just one wheel. Oh, look at that. That's pretty cool. Right about there. Some sort of a sluiceway. Up inside there, that's where I was shooting from a few seconds ago. Running water. A force to be reckoned with. Harrisville. We'll do some study and research on this and post it at the end. All right. Got to go. I've got a set of old minecart iron wheels with an axle that I've got to go look at and hopefully purchase and bring home with me for part of the project. Okay, catch you later. That noise you hear in the background is my popcorn done. I've got a popcorn maker inside Stu. Look at the architecture of this beautiful building. These mills were not just today, you know, we're so used to Home Depots and big box stores and Walmarts and Wally Worlds and all that stuff, Sam's Clubs, and big square ugly commercial industrial looking buildings. They put their heart and soul into these buildings, and they made them architecturally so appealing and so pleasing to the eye. Just gorgeous. And of course, we're in the Granite state, so a lot of granite up here. Yep, I love it. Boom. And as promised, just outside of the village limits of Harrisville, we come to the station on the current walking, running, hiking, biking, crawling, somersaulting trail. Harrisville, New Hampshire. Very mundane, utilitarian type building. Still got some name tags on the all four sides, it looks like. Not sure how original they are. I don't think they are. They're nice, in keeping. No, 3 out of the 4 sides. Anyway, Harrisville, New Hampshire. Quite possibly could be a private residence now. If it is, I apologize. It's number 167. Anyway, Harrisville. I've got a couple of concrete mile markers up here, mile posts, and I'm not quite sure what they mean. They're rather conflicting. They are K12 and K17. I think the K stands for Keene, which would be west of here. Not sure if it's 12 or 17 miles. These obviously were put here by the owner of this driveway. There is a residence back there. They were put here as keepsakes, mementos. Anyway, that's east towards Boston, west towards Keene, Harrisville. All right, I hope you enjoyed this little adventure from New Hampshire and some surrounding areas. Remember, even when going on a family trip, pack your camera and a notepad. Helps to do a little background information first, but if you're cast into a situation where you jump in a vehicle and you go and you don't know what you're going to find, camera and a notepad will suffice. You'll be glad you did and have some cool shots and some newfound history along the way. All right, take care, folks. Stay tuned. We'll see you next time.